I used to ride motocross back in high school. That was almost 25 years ago. I haven't touched a dirt bike since. Not till I started hanging out with my younger cousin Nathan. It started off as riding in the backyard for fun, turned into being at the racetrack every weekend. And this is our story.
What was that? I'll let you go first because you're gonna pass me anyway.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the shop. Welcome to Speedemon Industries. It is April 25th, 2026. And tomorrow we're going to the racetrack. So while I'm getting my stuff ready, I'm gonna give you guys a little rundown of what's happening, what's going on. Long-time viewers of the channel notice a big change because we went from cars to dirt bikes, but that's honestly just because I'm doing what makes my inner child happy. I've been on kind of a personal journey for like health-wise and stuff like that to try to be able to hang on to these things. And I have a pretty big personal life event coming up real soon that I kind of got to be into. I'd like to be in good shape for. I'm not advancing as quick as Nathan because that kid's just kind of natural. He's becoming an amazing rider. He's way better than I am right now, and I'm just trying to keep up and hang on. There's a couple of reasons I'm not as good as riders as Nathan is. I'm 42 years old. I'm in horrible shape. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like relearning how to ride this stuff. I'll be straight honest, I'm fucking scared. Shit hurts. So in this series of videos, if you're kind of like me where you're an older dude and you're trying to get back into motocross, you might want to follow along, and then you're going to get the other side of the coin where Nathan is the young buck just out there killing it, advancing every day and going bigger and bigger. You're going to get to see all kinds of that stuff too. So follow along these video series and enjoy the ride. Come check out my bike that I'm riding tomorrow. It's a 2024 Kawasaki KX 250 4-stroke. Basically stock. Cool graphic kit on it. Basically the only mod I did, except for this really cool curve that I put in the clutch lever. I have a DIY clip right here. Show you how to do that. It's really easy. You can do it yourself. So I got to get my shit together. I will see you dudes in the morning and we'll go from there. It's morning. Let's go. Hi.
I'm ready to go.
He was out all night drinking. Anyway, we're loaded. He's loaded. We're ready to go. Okay, we're here. Gonna go pay. Well, we already paid. We got memberships, and we're going to go tell them that we're here. Get a little bracelets and such. We're in. We got the things. So it costs us $750 for the year, which makes it that we have to show up for, I think it's 15 days or something. This is day 3, so we're on our way. We're there. We're just a dozen more and we're paid off. All right, we're here. We're at the track, and it's time to get going. In about 20 minutes, we're just getting suited up, got some fresh gear, and we'll head out there. So, I mean, me personally today, it's the 3rd time back, so I'm not obviously expecting miracles. I'm just gonna try to be as good as I can be, because I'm not advancing as quick as Nathan over here. But if I can get my proper attack positions all the time, a big issue I'm having is I feel really nervous going up the face of the jumps, and it kind of sketches me out. So when I'm jumping, I want to work on getting the nose of the bike to come down and jump like in that good arc, so that way I'm not landing back tire down and doing that weird slap and fuck it up on my control. There's 3 tabletops in the front of the track here, and usually by the time I get to that last tabletop, I feel confident enough to kind of hit it okay, but because I messed up the other 3, I'm not getting momentum. And anyways, I'm rambling again. Point is, I got to get more solid, more secure. Oh, now it's recording. Okay. Wasn't recording before. Good thing. I just got a ship and I have a bracelet. Good. Désolé, Bob. All right. Try to get a gap where there's not a lot of people. That looks like a lot of people. Let's go. Maybe after that. Okay, with the green lid.
not going to pull the front brake because this is the conditions were going to wash out. Okay, focus more on grabbing with the legs and not much with the hands because I'm already getting fucking arm pump. I'm not even going to lap in. Rough already too. Little rip. This looks dirty. You can hear it splash. This is the one I might be almost confident enough to clear it later. We'll see. Oh, they took this completely out. Interesting. Oh, that's cool. Kind of like that. Oh, almost threw it up the berm. So that means that this one side straightens out a bit. You feel a bit more confident maybe in this kit. This is usually this on the other end is fuck. Wasn't so greasy there, that's not bad. Oh. second. Yeah, I did a little let the bike lean while I stay straight there. Kind of cool. Fuck, is it greasy though? It's like greasy before and after the corners. Thanks, dude. What the fuck?
right, so that was the first run out, and they changed the track. They changed the track around a bit on us. And it's really greasy. They must have been watering it all night or something. Yeah, I almost wiped out a few times, as you can see in the clips, like going into the corners, never mind making it through them. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty okay. The traffic out there is not so bad. That kind of freaks me out because I'm not that great of a rider yet. Definitely not feeling like confident jump and stuff, because as I mentioned before, I have that issue where I don't feel stable going up to the jump. And now with it being just like super slimy, it's not helping. Not helping the case at all. It's making it even worse. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be clearing anything. Whoa, just dropped the camera. I don't know if I'll be clearing anything or everything I was maybe kind of hoping. We'll see as it dries up. Maybe it'll get better and stuff. But my big thing I'm working on right now, really hard, is squeezing the bike with my legs to not get the arm pump, because like as soon as I get the arm pump, I start getting really tired and I have a hard time hanging onto the bike, and then I just, like, that's when you wipe out, that's when you crash. So it's not helping me progress. So I think maybe today what I'll do is I'll focus mostly on gripping the bike with my legs, and I've been trying to stay in that attack position a lot and actually ride through the corners on the pegs, not sit down and put a foot down unless it's a really spot where I think it's real sketch. But so far that's been helping me get through it. So the attack position, leaning way forward on the front bars. There's playlists on the channel that you guys can see what all that stuff is. It's all explained out there. But yeah, I just gotta keep from the bottom up learning this shit, and I just want to be smooth. I don't want to wipe out all the time. I just gotta keep working on it. All right, round two. I really didn't feel stable the first time. See how it feels this time if the track conditions are any better, but it was super greasy, nasty on the faces leading up to the jumps and into the corners. So that really didn't help. GoPro. So this time I'm just gonna ride around, just gonna really focus on squeezing the bike with my legs, way less with my arms, staying steady, staying smooth, staying in attack position. I ran mostly without my, like, touching my feet on the ground last time, which I felt good about. So just try to recreate that, and just practice. I just gotta feel more comfortable and steady on the bike. I don't know what to say besides that. It's gonna take time, I guess, and I gotta get used to the fact that it's gonna take time, because I feel like it, you know. Anyways, round two. Talk to you out there.
fuck is that heavy? Holy shit. Holy shit.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that that one, maybe I rode a little better, but kind of don't think I did. It feels super slimy. I've sunk that front wheel so bad. I've never done that on the track before, where I just dug that front end right in the ground, and it took like everything I had to pull it back out. So I mean, I'm exhausted now. Got the arm pump because I was focusing on gripping my legs a lot, but I was having an issue with the jumps a little bit. First of all, the jumps out there right now are super slimy. I get like all squirrely going up to that first tabletop and it just sketches me out. We watched these pros do it before and they're just flying over it like it's nothing. I'm holding with my legs a lot more and concentrating on that. I know when I don't because I feel the arm pump come back instantly. Trying to be more stable on the corners. The thing is, I'm going off the jumps now and I'm keeping my legs a little too stiff. Like I should let the bike, I guess, float up a little bit underneath me, because if I don't and I keep my legs too stiff, there's a part of the jump where I feel like I'm separating from the bike, you know, like it's going away from me and I got no way to pull it back. So to overcome that, I guess that's what I'm talking about, letting the bike come up underneath me, but I don't know if that helps. Anyways, that's what happened this round. I did a lot of keeping my feet on the pegs and staying in attack position, and that kind of helped get through the corners. A few times I thought I was going to wash out, ended up saving it. Hallelujah. Last run of the day. How you doing? So I think Nathan's going to go out there and film me. I'm not sure, but if he is, it's a kind of a cool opportunity where I can see if I'm actually staying in the right kind of stances and all that kind of stuff. Aside from that, like I said last run, I'm just going to try to stick to the attack position, proper grip on the bike. Here we go.
Okay. I'll be around. Be around there somewhere. Thanks. Yeah, eh? I don't know. Bet it does.
What's up, boys and girls? TC coming at you live from the Speedemon Industries video studio. I'm here editing the video right now, but I decided to do a voiceover because obviously while I'm riding in the video where I'm supposed to be talking to you guys, I'm so concentrating on riding, I'm really not thinking about talking. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. There's a lot of shit going through my head while I'm on the track, and so I'm always just focused on basically surviving. This track is really, really loose, always. Back 25 years ago when I was racing, I was never on a track this loose. It was always a harder surface, but then again, the track I used to ride was never groomed more than once a year for the race in Valleyfield. But I digress. So, getting onto the track, I guess this is turn one. I've never seen an actual race run here, so I'm not sure. But again, this video, I'm going to try to work on the same things I've been talking about, but here you can see it's super greasy. The video really doesn't do it justice. Like, the ruts and everything that form are like super crazy when you're actually on the bike. Now maybe it's just me getting psyched out, but anyways, here we go, hitting the track for the third and final round. This part was super greasy before too. In this session, I try to really focus on keeping both feet on the pegs. Now I always have a habit, and so do a lot of people, that when you get into a corner, you always drop down sitting on the seat and you have that leg out. I'm kind of trying to avoid that because Moto Academy and all these other videos I've been watching to try to learn this stuff is saying that you have way better balance with both feet on your foot pegs. Get in the attack position, balance yourself out through the corner, and it seems to be working pretty good. So this section of the track, this corner, I feel like I can hit a lot harder. I should probably come into that and just lay it down and ride the berm. I was trying to focus on laying the bike down more in the corners because that seems the way to go. Again, like I said, the video doesn't do justice to how gnarly these ruts are. I always get sketched out in this part, especially because it's super soft and people take really deep ruts and they kind of go in weird lines that I'm not used to. I think the trick here is just to be going faster. When I look at myself, like pictures of myself on the bike, I'm a tall guy, I'm a big dude, so I should be able to manhandle that bike, no problem. And in my head, I don't know, it's just throwing me around and stuff, so we're gonna have to get on top of that. Look at that, man. Dang, like, that kid just shut the door on me. That's the other thing too, is the beginner class runs with kids, and some of these kids, as you can tell, are super, super fast, so I'm always a little bit afraid of getting like mowed down by one of them or getting in their way. It's kind of a weird system, I think, in my head, the way to, like, I really think you should have beginners with beginners so that a beginner doesn't get cannonballed by one of these dudes, because they're always flying by me, especially in places like that. And also too, like, me as a new beginner rider, I'm kind of clumsy out there, and I'm worried I'm just gonna like make a wrong turn and pull out in front of one of them that's totally committed to their line and just flying. This section here was, as I mentioned before in the video, that's a new section. It's really soft because it's new. It's been, I guess, worked in just 1 week, so the berms are super like soft. That was obvious in another section of this video when I sunk my front end in there. So I think the proper line is going by that inside line. This one here is always kind of weird. You never know what's going to happen when you come over that hill, because sometimes the ruts here are insane, and sometimes they run really, really tight on the inside. Sometimes there's a nice one on the outside. Other times it's just like a real mess. I've wiped out there multiple times, so is Nathan. It's a tough little one to get through. But that tabletop right after it is absolutely massive, so that's going to take some serious guts to make it over. This corner right here, the outside line is not the move, because as you can see, those ruts on the outside are super, super bad. I'm assuming it's just because it's an easier corner to get through and everybody takes the outside. I should work on getting on the inside on that one, but the last time I went through, that kid flew out through the inside and scared the shit out of me. These corners here too, often very soft, and the way the lines kind of cross over, this exact section here, that's like easy to kind of collide with people because the inside line just comes right to the outside. This here too, you get two berms. You have an inside berm and an outside berm. I think the outside one might be the move because you need so much speed to get up and clear this tabletop. I don't think I'll be clearing anytime soon. This one I have more of a chance of clearing, although I'm still far away. And this third one, where I finally, like mentioned before, feel comfortable, I'm almost landing on that down ramp part, so I've got to hit it just a little bit harder. Really, it just takes, like, I just got to commit to it, and I feel like I know the bike will handle the corners, it'll handle the jumps. I just got to make sure I'm in that attack position, and I should be good. It's almost a new way of riding from what I was used to before when I was younger in high school, and then again younger in high school, I really didn't have any education about riding. It was all about just getting out there and riding. So basically, we would practice the wrong techniques over and over and over again, and cement that into our heads to the point where we were just, I don't know, riding bad, I guess. Straight little bump here, I'm not really sure how to, I guess you just fly over that as fast as you can. This part here, it'd be nice to go on the outside because the inside's always kind of weird, but the outside line has some pretty massive jumps. Right there you can see there's a huge double, and what I'm assuming people almost double or triple this part. I've seen actually guys hit this one and cross over to the inside and land on that inside bump, which is pretty wild. Yeah, so once we get into this section, there's this little bump here. It's like a little, almost a table, but not quite. And it's kind of cool because I feel like I can really pop the back end over it. It's just a small little obstacle. So at my skill level, it's fun to go over that and feel like I'm doing something special. These parts here is almost a place where you can rest a bit on the track because you can just sit down and hammer down on the throttle. But doing that, the bike is always pulling away from you, so it doesn't really stop the arm pump. And this part here, I feel like I should just hit it a lot harder. At that speed I'm going right there, maybe a little quicker. That's a bad example because that bike in front of me probably sketched me out. But if I hit that just a bit quicker, I feel like I can make it. Last time we were there in the last track day, I went for it and I cased the landing really, really bad. And it was like on the last lap of the night because I figured that would be the time to try it. I was feeling brave. But now I know that I have to hit it at that speed where I feel like it's almost a little too quick. This one's a little weird. I should be hitting that one harder, but the approach to it was from that corner that was just recently worked, so it's a little sloppy and a little sketchy, so it weirded me out. There I'm almost trying not to run the main rut, I guess. I'm trying to find my own line, and when I'm in the corner, I feel like it's all like I have to run a rut or else it's not going to work out very good. But I feel like maybe if I'm going fast enough, I can kind of make my own line through the soft sand. Because that bike seems to, when I'm on the throttle, it seems to stay up on its own and it seems to track straight. A few times where I thought I was going to go down, I just cracked the throttle open and it worked out. Like it saved me multiple times. So I got to get used to that. When in doubt, throttle out. Coming from driving cars for the last 25 years, it's kind of counter to what I would believe. And then here, this corner again, perfect example, starts on the inside, goes to the outside. So if there's a lot of traffic there, you might be into some trouble. That one there, I don't usually pop off the top of it, but I was watching the pro guys and they just clear it like a tabletop. And then they immediately come here and just lay into that. I think I have to get to the point to be accelerating all the way through. Coming up to this third table, hoping that I make it close to the landing. And you see my tire, my front tire was probably about 5 feet away from landing on the downslope. So if I can get another 10 feet out of it, I'm probably landing in the sweet spot. A little further, you end up doing that little bounce out of there. I think there's going to be a clip in Nathan's video next week or last week maybe where he hit that, and you can see where he hit his camera right into the bar pad of the bike. And then coming up to this one here, let's see the speed I have. Yeah, if I go just a little faster than that, I feel like I can almost make that one too. Last week when we were there, I tried to clear that one, and I did a weird, like, came off of it kind of leaning to the left in the air, then I hit the ground, and I bounced towards the right. It almost went really, really bad. Again, I landed, gave it some throttle, and that's what saved me. I went down down the down ramp of it. But I think it's just, I'm almost mentally blocked at just not hitting them fast enough, so I just got to get past that little feeling of going too fast, because I know I'll never be going too fast. It's all about just managing it. I felt the same way on the jump at home, the one that we built on the compound, because the landing was like pretty far away and it's like a big step down, so you have a lot of like falling time in the air. So it was kind of weird, and I ended up hitting to the point where it just felt like hitting it too fast and ended up clearing it good. The problem with that, like I mentioned in the video before this and in this video multiple times, is that sometimes when I'm in the air, I'm not letting the bike kind of like float up with me. Maybe my legs are too stiff or something, and when we get to that point where we start coming down off the peak of the jump, I feel like the bike is kind of escaping from me, like it's floating away, and that's kind of a nervous feeling. And apparently, and I didn't even notice it, but when it happened at the compound in the back, apparently I was like getting freaked out and I pulled my front brake. I know I pulled my clutch in because that's what saved me from going off the berm in the back, but didn't realize I was panicking and pulling the front brake. So I've got to get used to that feeling of being in the air with it and get really solid with that feeling. So right now I'm heading back to the pits because I'm tired. But when I get there, I figure out and find out from Jean-Marc that Nathan actually went out there to film me. So I went back and did a couple more laps on the track because I don't get filmed very often at all, which is why we're putting the call out for a camera guy, preferably one of our friends that knows us and knows about what we do, that wants to come out and hang out and be a cameraman. The pay sucks, but we'll try to take care of you as best as we can. So I'm going back on the track now for a couple final laps just because Nathan's actually out there and filming, and like I said, I don't want to miss that opportunity. So coming back in, when you get on the track, it's always good if you look out to where those doubles are. You can see who's coming and what's coming up. So I always try to either get ahead of somebody that I know I'm going to be faster than, but if I see a faster guy coming, I definitely let them go. Like this little guy right here who's just been ripping all day. Definitely don't want to be in his way. Come around through here, and because of the camera angle, I'm pretty sure I'm getting my attack position. I'm going to try these tabletops, and at this point I know Nathan's filming, so I'm trying to go a little quicker, trying to be cool. And then there, I was a little closer to the landing, but still not making it, so that means I got to hit it that much harder. Really, I just got to, dig deep, nut up, and hit it. Once I get more comfortable on the bike, maybe that'll help, but it seems to be taking me a long time to get comfortable, so maybe I'm letting the fear of wiping out or whatever kind of override my brain. But at the same time, I've wiped out multiple times at this track, and every time I've gone down at whatever speed, it's such a soft surface that I really don't get hurt. And because of my age and because I've got responsibilities and can't be all banged up, I did buy like a lot of safety equipment, so I've got the padded pants for the legs, I've got the kidney belt, I've got the chest protector, knee pads. So overall, I'm pretty safe. The only thing that I ever got hurt so far going down was I twisted my ankle 2 weeks ago. It was like the first time that we went back on the track, but that was I guess that was punishment for being a dumbass and pulling the front brake too much in the first corner. So on a greasy day, stay away from that front brake. At this point in the day too, the track is really beat up. There's a crazy amount of ruts. Again, like the GoPro camera doesn't do it justice, but when you're out there trying to stick your wheel in that rut and make it go around the corner, some of those ruts will put dirt almost like up to your brake caliper. So in the video you don't see it so much, but out there you feel it. Then again, like I said too, it's so soft that like I overestimate the power of the bike. Again, I'm on a 250 4-stroke, so that's equivalent of a 125 2-stroke. And because of my weight, back when I was in high school, I used to race a 250 2-stroke. So I'm thinking that maybe there's just not quite enough power, and I gotta dig a little deeper. Being 4-stroke, at least, you know, you can drop a gear and you got all the torque in the world. There is that soft berm again. Almost went down. Stalled the bike. That's like, I feel like a dummy when I do that because it doesn't happen very often. I stall in a corner. So at that point, I was looking for Nathan and realizing that I'm cooked, tired, burnt out. I didn't see him anywhere, and the time is almost up for doing more laps for my class. I'm in the beginner class. Next up is the amateur class. Time's almost up, so I don't want to get in the way of the amateur dudes, because there is actually, between beginner and amateur, there's a pretty big gap in skill. So if you go out there with the amateur class guys, like, you've got to pretty much clear every jump consistently all the time, and you got to be pretty quick through those corners. And then when you get to the pro level, those guys are absolutely, like, just wild. So it's going to be a big gap to learn. It's going to be a big gap of skill to improve, but if we go through it like we're doing it, and really I'm just having fun with it, enjoying it, and that's all I can say, is just have a good time, have fun. This is something I'm doing to make my inner child happy, because I used to race 25 years ago, like I mentioned, and I feel like being a kid again. I'm homesick for a time that doesn't exist.
All right, so that was the last run of the day. Got very little exterior filming, but every little bit's cool. Rock and roll, I guess. Like, I did pretty good, I think, at keeping both feet on the peg, staying in attack position while riding, and it actually saved my ass a lot. Like, a few times where I thought I was just gonna go down, because I had my feet on the pegs and I was balancing, like, even getting cross-rutted, it kind of felt like the bike was drifting, like, underneath me. So if I can just kind of mentally stay in that zone, it's gonna help. And then hopefully every time just get a little bit better. I didn't do so great on the jumps this time at all. I feel like I've jumped way better before. But yeah, it was slimy. Confidence was way down. And Nathan's still hungover, so we're actually calling it a day now. You're gonna see his videos next week, and then mine this week. It's gonna alternate back and forth. But we'll do a little recap after in the truck or something, and we gotta wash the bikes and stuff, so I don't know if he's gonna stick around for that. He's not feeling so great. I'm kind of wrecked.